Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this ABB Formula E World Championship press conference for the BMW Berlin E-Prix presented by CBMM Nyck. It's a special press conference today. It's our World Championship press conference in the middle of this afternoon. We have our new World Champion Mercedes EQ driver, Nyck de Vries. To his left, Mercedes EQ team principal Ian James, who's here because Eduardo is undergoing precautionary checks. And our third place driver this season, BMW Andretti Motorsport, Jed Dennis. Welcome, gents. Nyck, we're going to dive straight in with you. World champion in your second season. Talk us through sort of the last 20 minutes when you find out over team radio and how that sort of registers over the celebrations as they begin.
Well, first of all, I'd like to note that I'm aware that we were very fortunate today with everything that happened. Of course, I feel sorry for what happened to Mitch and Edo because they deserve to fight till the end. It was an extremely tight championship all the way through. I mean, everyone had a lot of ups and downs, and everyone was really in the same boat, and that's why we came to the point, of today. Everyone basically being in contention and having a shot at the championship. And I just feel very, very grateful that the fortune has chosen us. I think we drove an incredibly strong race. I mean, I'm proud of that. I felt very disappointed with the driving sound that's out there. I mean, they were not aware of the championship kind of situation. So if that's how you drive with real championship contenders, then I think yesterday was the same and today it repeated itself. So frankly speaking, I was a little disappointed with that, and that was my first reaction after the race because I felt like we could have finished higher up. And I'm a racer, you know. I want to race, and as you've seen today, I was not playing conservative. I want to race and to fight, and in the end it all worked out well. I'm glad that we also managed to clinch the team championship and also to give everyone the reward they deserve. I mean, everyone pushed really, really hard, and everyone worked day and night, and I'm just very grateful to give this kind of reward to the team. And for me personally, I still need to sink in a little bit. I don't quite realize it yet. It's 10 years ago I won a world championship. In 2010 and 11, I won it twice in karting, and 2019 was F2, and ultimately no one can take this away from me, and that's what counts, and that makes me happy.
Absolutely. I was wondering if you could just hear us a little bit more on your point of view of the start line. You had to find a really small gap and sort of avoid some debris coming towards you. How was that?
Yeah, it was very tricky because I was focused on Kamara because I had a better start than him, and I kind of jumped him, so I was kind of focused on him, and then I realized that Mitch was standing still and Anna was avoiding him, and I even braked, and that's why I lost some positions. But luckily it kept me on track, and it kept me in the race.
This is also obviously your second season after a fantastic rookie debut. Was this the obvious goal coming into this year after how you found your feet in Formula E?
Well, I mean, it's an extremely competitive championship, and we are here all representing big manufacturers, so ultimately everyone is here to win. I'm not sure whether that should be the approach, the goal, and the focus all the way through the season. But I mean, how we race today, that's how we approach effectively the whole season. We're here to fight and to race, and we want to optimize and maximize the performance on every day, and that was the approach. And we are hearing Queen in the background.
You can sing along with her, right?
No, I watched the document or the movie on the way to New York. Nice.
Well, congratulations to our world champion. We're going to move over to Ian James, team principal Mercedes EQ. Before we talk about the team title, let's hear a word on the driver sitting to your left.
Sorry, so that didn't matter.
So before we move on to talk about the team title, let's hear a bit about Nyck's performances today and over the course of the season.
Yeah, well, let me first start by saying I shouldn't actually be sitting here, so I do hope that Edo's okay, and it was a pretty hefty shining at the beginning, but so fingers crossed for him and for Venturi as well. But as you say, to Nyck's performance, he's modest as usual, I'd say, and grounded and down to earth, and I think that's the approach that he's taken all throughout the season. He's so focused on the job at hand, but as he's just said, an absolute out-and-out racer at heart as well. So we never have any qualms about the approach that he's going to take, and I think because of that, the World Championship is richly deserved, and to be the first ever Formula E World Champion is pretty special, I think.
You said all throughout the season it's been a year of peaks and troughs, so sort of talk us through how it came out as a peak.
Yeah, today was pretty much the peak of all peaks. A bit like Nyck, it's going to take a while to settle in, I reckon, because this series, this championship, is designed in such a way that you just never know what's going to happen. If we look back on the season, there were some mistakes of our own making, that's for sure. There were times that we were unlucky, as others have been as well, but ultimately it's come good in the end. And if I think about it from a Mercedes-Benz perspective, we've got 127 years now, I think, of motorsport heritage, and again to be the first world champions here is we're going to be savouring that for a while.
I know your drivers have to shoot off to the Mont, but how does the team celebrate? What do you do?
I'm staying.
He's not allowed. We made that very clear. So no, he's staying. He's here.
Does that mean you two are going to split the bar tab this evening?
I tell you what, then
maybe Formula E.
Yeah, I think there may be one or two Hecavites drunk this evening. So it's if I wake up without a headache in the morning, I'll be sorely disappointed.
Top work. Thank you. Over to a quite astonishing rookie season. And when we say rookie, this time last year I don't think you've driven a Formula E car at all. So you must, how do you rate that achievement? It's such a rise.
Yeah, I think this time last year, none of the Formula E teams even knew who I was, So I was a guy obviously racing sports cars at a high level, performing well, and I have to massively thank BMW for taking a chance. They had so many other drivers, so many different drivers. They could have taken a safe route, but obviously they took the chance. And for me to be sat here, obviously even in title contention going to that final race, is just testament to obviously the season we've had. The BMW Andretti car was performing well all year, and it's a shame it's the way it ended, but nevertheless, to finish third in the World Championship as a rookie is something special, and we can enjoy.
It is something special, but if you could just please sort of expand on what happened in turn one, please.
Yeah, we still need to definitely look into it, but I don't know if it was linked to maybe being stationary for so long in the pit lane or something like this, but as soon as I came out the last corner, we started to have like a weird sound from the gearbox, I said, or the powertrain, and then when I lifted into turn one, the rear tyres just completely locked, and then put me into the wall. So disappointment. Obviously, we were in prime position. We had the upper hand at that point, but nevertheless, there was a long way to go, and anything could have happened. And I'm just happy to be still sat here in third. We could have so easily lost many more positions today, with the championship being so close. And I think generally the best guy won the championship. It's had a great season, and we've definitely had our moments, ups and downs, and we've come a long way since Saudi. And honestly, I didn't think I'd be sat here today after the first couple of rounds. So we can be pleased with our job, and we can focus on next year already. After the party.
When did you feel you had cracked it? Was it that race 2-1 in Valencia, or was it building up to that before?
It just builds up, like you learn the people you work with, they learn what you like and what they don't like, and obviously Valencia was fortunate. We obviously had a good qualifying group situation with the weather, and then the win was obviously positive, but I think from there on we really understood my needs from the car, and generally the last 2-3 rounds have been super impressive from our side. Not always been on the lucky side, but generally it's always worked out pretty well. And here obviously we had a strong package. I think we generally had one of the fastest cars this weekend. We just couldn't quite exploit it, obviously due to being Group 1 and then obviously today, but nevertheless I think BMW and Andretti did a great job to turn things around from last year where they clearly struggled here, and then yeah, and obviously we probably had one of the best cars here this weekend, so great job by them to give me the chance.